Hello, hello. Um, oh, massive, crazy ass flu and cold symptoms hitting me again here, so energies are shifting. Don't even know what's going on, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the games, especially on Facebook, that supposedly spiritual people are doing, and it's actually damaging other people and causing a lot of confusion. How many people do you know that have got this figured out? Really, drill down. They got it figured out, got it all, and it all works, and what they tell you just aligns perfectly, and it helps you get out of the hole. I think the way I give information is a little bit different. I speak from my confusion, my frustration of the few universal truths that mean like love and how to step out of fear and all this kind of stuff. I'm not trying to give a course to anybody. I'm not trying to fix anyone or tell them I got it all figured out. I'm just saying, here's where it doesn't lie in a lot of cases. How many people do you hear talking about manifesting and how amazing things are and how it's all love and light? And they say it for a week or two, and then you're following them, and then a week or two later, they're crashed and burned, and they're in the toilet just like everybody else, and whatever they figured out or whatever that little blip of bliss was is gone. I see it over and over and over again. The few people that I see that are giving truth are giving their perspective, they're sharing it, trying to give people hope, and allowing them to pardon me, lift themselves up with some sharing of resonance of the experience, helping to unwind the human experience. Those are all the things that I see are universal truth that I see from people when they start sharing vulnerably of their situation, of what they've been through and how they've got through it and how they conquered fear. That's the stuff that resonates and carries through. But I don't know about you, but I get tangled up in all these people that supposedly got it all figured out. And here you got to do your shadow work. You got to do this and you got to do that. And you go down these avenues and they haven't even perfected it for themselves, a lot of these people. And then they're telling people to do it, and then they're crashing and burning all the time. And then they're making courses on it and selling it and making money and talking about their 6-figure incomes and all this kind of stuff around selling shit that they haven't even perfected. And it doesn't work for everyone because everybody's experience is different. Everybody's programming is different. Everybody's fears and worries and doubts and past experiences are different. So what works for one is not guaranteed to work for others. So we just end up with all these people that are going off half-baked that supposedly got it all figured out, teaching other people their half-baked ideas, and everybody crashes and burns after a while. And I'm not insulting people, but I'm just so frustrated that people want to tell everybody that they got it all figured out when most of the time they're just an emotional wreck underneath and they're insecure about themselves. And the only reason that they're doing those things is to make themselves feel better. And then they go and tell on Facebook or some other social media how they got it all figured out and all this kind of stuff. And it's like fake it until you make it. I think that's the greatest disservice that we can do to other people is to tell people that we got it all figured out, try and get them to follow you, and then just fade away as your world falls apart. All of our worlds are falling apart. All of things are crashing and burning. And I'm not saying it's negative. I'm just saying the truths that'll get us through are the emotions, the depth, the vulnerability, sharing that we're fucked up, sharing that we've got trauma, sharing that bad things happen to us, talking it through, feeling the emotions, going to explore those places. And those things have nothing to do with our manifestation. It has everything to do with our mental makeup and our worthiness and all this kind of stuff. We can't even start talking about manifesting or creating. And honestly, I think a lot of our manifestation and creating is either been manipulated to help some other energetic being, or blocked right now because it would be so mangled up, we would get some really nasty stuff. If we're infinite creator beings and we go in with trauma and anger and frustration and fear and doubt, manifestation would hurt people and hurt ourselves. So I think we're really in a period where we're in kind of a void of really knowing ourselves, going in deep, having examples of people that can show their vulnerability and talk about it, not try and teach from their craziness or tell people how to do things, but just teaching can also be a sharing of, hey, here's what I had happen. Here's how my life went. Here's how this was hard. Here's how I got through, which is kind of like a take it or leave it kind of offer. Not the best way to do that is to do 3 ohms in the morning and do your meditation and blah, 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 blah. Because like I said, it's different for everyone. What works for you may not work for me. We are all beings with different religious upbringings and different traumas and different stuff from our parents. And to run around telling the world that we're perfect and we got it all figured out is confusing a lot of people because they're trying. The Secret is a good example of that. How many people have read The Secret or watched the video or whatever and done all that stuff and it didn't work for them? And sometimes it works for you and it's all frazzled out the other end because it's all been manipulated. It's all been twisted. The book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, it was edited out, all the cool stuff. Most of it's true, but the really important stuff that tells it how it works is no longer in the book. So we're wandering around a world where like 95% of the essence of things is truth, but the critical 5% is all been perverted, inverted, and demented so that we can't use it or it doesn't work out for us. So what we're doing now is distilling our truth out of that stuff. I read books, spiritual books, and I haven't been able to for a long, long time because sometimes there's less than 5% of actual universal truth in it, and the rest is all somebody's experience that's all superimposed on top of it, which doesn't always aid the process, and it just makes things distorted. So what I'm here trying to tell people is we need to go inside and start trusting ourselves, trusting our feelings inside, trusting what feels right. Stop looking for the answer on Facebook or through somebody else. I'm victim, or I cause it myself too, where I'm just hoping that maybe I'm missing something and somebody else has that little bit of information, and we go and page on Facebook for hours on end and try and fill in that gap when the gap is really ours to fill. Dropping into our heart, stop searching outside, start loving ourselves, start self-loving as much as possible, setting boundaries with people, clearing away the energetic imprints of people or pleasing or that kind of stuff. Pardon me, and figuring out who we really are, who we are in that energetic level, what makes us happy, what lights us up, what all those things. And I really feel we're at a crossroads right now where the ability to create those things is going to open up, but it comes from inside. And I'm not saying I got the answer. I'm just saying go inside and start to feel around and start to feel what feels right and stop searching outside. It's kind of like looking for love outside yourself. The answer isn't outside. Honestly, I think the people that got it all figured out are no longer energetically even participating in things like social media and other things because they moved above it and they're sitting in this space of calm and clear and happiness. So just what I'm feeling inside, I feel a lot of distortions going on right now, a lot of perversions in the field and people that are no longer even participating in their lives, running around just distracting people and causing chaos and trying to feed off that. And it's stupid. I could speak of some examples, people that don't even know how to drive into a mall. I was at Walmart today and the guy stopped right in the middle of the intersection, which was an intersection in for them that had no stop signs, and everybody else had a stop sign. And then you're sitting there, come on, buddy, make a plan. And then he's looking at you like you're some kind of moron for getting frustrated. And the frustration didn't help anyone, but just the fact that people don't know how to drive is crazy. But I think nobody's really in their bodies anymore. There's a lot of people that aren't. And it's causing chaos for everybody else that's just trying to get through life and move on. So go inside, feel in your heart, and the magic's there. I'm tired. I'm sick. I'm frustrated. It's really time to the world to make some shifts. I put all my energy into it every day, and try and give some guidance or some perspective that maybe helps people make better choices, and we can all move through this. So I love you all, doing the best I can, and I'm sure you are as well. And thank you for that. You have a great day. Talk to you soon.